you're 60 days in, how you left, and how it's been, and the things that you've recently been going through.
Why you left too?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's because there's some people here who are new and don't know.
Yeah. I left because I had a job kept me going. And then I got fired. I can laugh out now because I've like been able to like accept that God is like removing what's not for me right now. So
Well, you could talk about how like you went home, you had
yeah.
the job for a little bit.
yeah, I worked for a little bit and they transferred me stores. I got demoted to assistant store manager, and then after that, I believe 9 years. And I left the company for about 7 months to work at Ulta. And I left. You can't leave the company for 3 months or else you lose your tenureship. So I lost all my tenureship, which conflicted with staying or like with having a longer leave. I was only allotted a month. And since when I came to Graceland, my parents moved me out of my house. I was living with roommates, and I like to that thing, but they were sending mail to that house, that address. But since it was getting forwarded, I didn't get it till I got home from Graceland. So everything kind of made sense when I got fired because I was like, wait, it didn't. And then I also like to work because they were scheduling me like not showing up. So that's why I'm still trying to be friends with family. And yeah, I'm 4 months sober now, so that feels crazy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So what keeps you coming back for friends and family? Like, why is it so important to you to stay a part of this community? Like, I know you kind of touched on that a little bit, but like,
Yeah,
you're consistent with that.
I just feel like I've built a strong community here, like with the residents I was with, and like with staff, and with Found, and that's why I continue to go with Found. And I'm like slowly building a community in Long Beach, but I don't like. It's weird going into a room without like your house or like without a group of people. So I still go to meetings. I've been doing 90 and 90, so I'm almost done. I didn't go today, actually. So I did do 90 and 90.
You can find one.
I can
after
do
work.
one. Yeah, on my way home when I'm driving home. I also drive really far to get here, so I'm very managed right now. I'm to like start looking for a job. Yeah. I'm just
So I remember when you were trying to leave, I think specifically telling you about this job that it, don't put it before your recovery. It is what it is.
I'm still doing my recovery, and I'm on my 4th step. I have a sponsor.
Yeah, that's good.
So
So you want to be friends and family.
Yeah.
You have to earn it for a whole year to get.
I mean, I love you, Amanda. Like, I had a like great time being in the house. I was like, if you're gonna like, we gave you the feedback on how you should stay at least 30.
Please.
Yeah.
But before we even dive into just things that we have changed, like we don't just have to jump right to words. Like we have Amanda here for the first time in freaking like 2-3 months. So let's show her some love, check in with her, and then talk about earning her way. Like Jesus.
And I do want to make it clear that like I kept her. She's like asked a couple times to come in person. And I've been like, no, keep doing Zoom, showing up, because I just wanted to test her like consistency. And now like, especially because like she was someone in the house, it's so different than Steven, who like wasn't in the house, so like him showing up to Thursdays, it was like important for him to like be here in person. But also there was like, questionable contracting with Alana and stuff. So I wanted you to have like full separation physically from like being here on the property. But like I do want to advocate, and I think all of you guys know she's been at every group and every AA meeting, specifically women. Did you talk about your breakup? It's the women that like will be the ones that you can completely be like 100% transparent with about everything. I don't know what I'd do without like Danielle and Veronica. Like they're my rocks, and and you have that like with the women here too. And yeah, I'm proud of you. You have been the most consistent friends and family of anyone who's like been in the house and left saying that they want to be friends and family. You have actually done it, or like been consistent with it. So props for that.
Has anyone ever?
No,
I feel like she's the first one ever.
yeah, I mean, Taylor did it for what, maybe like a month?
Just recently, last time.
I feel like it's been like a month.
Mitchell, what are you doing here?
But yeah, no. A lot of people leave and say that they want to do friends and family and then they don't follow through. That's why I'm like giving her mad props because she's the only one who's followed through, actually.
I'm super proud of you, Amanda. Staying sober through losing a job and like losing a loved one. It is not easy. And I think that I mean, I want to stay by. I love you, and like you are a huge part of my sobriety. But I think that, you like you're really like showing that you're dedicated and you want to be a part of this community and like I don't know. I just feel like I'm repeating what I'm saying, but I'm super proud of you, and I like look up to you that you stayed sober outside of Graceland. I did not, but I also like didn't stay connected, so. I think that's really cool.
I don't think like I would be like if I wasn't connected, I don't think I probably would have handled everything that had happened like the way that being able to come to a group and being able to like be in the AA and like along the road, like be someone that people in the house can like reach out to for like
Being connected, like once you do get to like, you've accomplished friends and family, hooray. Like, how do you see yourself participating in the community?
really anyway, I can. I mean, I heard Steven did a double scrub.
Yeah, he did.
If I like, especially going to Fallon, it's easy for me to like stay out here and like, so like coming to dinners or like going to meetings with the house or like a step set or something like that, like any way that I can be integrated, where also though, like it's not too much for like, I don't want anyone in the house to be like exactly what you said, like, okay, like, yeah, you want what we have, but like, you're not doing it. So I also like, don't want to be like too much in the house, you know, it's just, I want to be like a good solid, like,
Resource.
yeah.
Well, I think that it's important to highlight the fact that like this is also helpful for you
Yeah.
to help you maintain your sobriety. That's like how it ended up working for Pat. Cause like Liberty, in all honesty, like with Pat, like his parents fought over who was gonna pay and then he wasn't able to stay at Liberty. So he's the guy that created Friends and Family because he wanted to be part of the community so bad. And it's like what helped him get his time sober. So he actually had to wait like 6 months and have sobriety, like 6 months sober, and then he could do an additional 6 months doing what you're doing now. So, you know, it would be like, you know, it's not just you coming to be of service to the house, but it's the house to be of service to you, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that we can, meet people, you know, like you had to go home for work and I mean, maybe a bit early and you fell into your alcoholism, but how would you say it is living at home compared to here?
Different for sure. I mean, I'm back living with my parents, so that's not ideal. But I'm having like a community to talk to all day, and then there'd be times where my parents would go to work and be like, well, what do I do? Well, I have no one to talk to, and like nothing really to do. But now I feel like I just try to really keep busy doing like whether it's like organizing stuff or I fully redid my room at my parents' house, just like fully being busy. I really thought they were going to like watch my every move and like see where I was going and stuff, but I really haven't done anything for them to like not trust me so much. So I feel like I'm not doing anything crazy. I mean, like I go to meetings and I hang out with my friend once a week, and then I'm like I walk my dog and I like just do random stuff. But yeah. I don't look at the house like negatively, like being here. I do miss it a lot. I just like don't know what that would look like coming back.
So, you know, you have 4 months sober and you had 60 days here. Friends and family, you know, whatever things you get to get there. I still think it's like a friends and family like resident level. you can apply for like a different level when you get over a year sobriety. Because I know that we had Steven and he went to the basement, like coming to like staff. You'll be like a friends and family resident, and then you need to get your time. It'd be unfair for everybody if there was like a friends and family, then you get to come down.
No, that's another
Yeah.
thing. I don't want any, like, I want to earn everything. Like, I don't want any residents to hold resentment against me because they're like, she doesn't even live here. Why is she able to do that? I don't want any of that. I want to earn whatever. I'm not expecting anything, like any type of privilege or anything at
Okay,
all.
now I think it's time to have your conversation.
The words.
Yeah, it was, the words are just a
What
start.
secrets did you hold with people like Alana and stuff like that?
Should write a cop list tonight.
There it is.
That learned to take
So-
it, but
so-
and that was pretty much it.
Well, before we even go into what Alana and you contracted about, I want all the tea, everything,
He always wants to.
and you're gonna put it on a cop list. And you're gonna do what
Jose just did.
Jose just did. So go ahead on the table, you're on reflections. And be thorough with that cop list.
Put it all out there.
Oh, you're gonna hold on to that for a sec, bud. Till Pat gets here. I wanted to check in with Sierra and Dara, just because I know that I came in to dinner Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. And I know that I like gave you guys some worksheets and stuff, and I just wanted to know like how that activity went and how are you now?
We're good and we're doing good.
Oh, but you both have to come sit up here.
Please,
Please, please.
please.
Yeah.
I want to start off by saying I'm proud of you for doing it. You don't need to be on the camera. You're all good. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Just like a double channel.
But I know that I know that I contribute to activating you that dinner, and I just wanted to just see how like you found resolution and how like where you're at today.
Well, we found resolution in the worksheets because we had answered each other's questions and we did, and then it went good, and then we've been doing good since then. Just when we like walk by each other, like with like just having manners, or I guess he did before I didn't, but so I would have manners and just then, I haven't gone like I would be like, hey, what's up, Dara? But like, I mean, if it comes up, then we've been cool.
Cool. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. I think that went well the second time around. And yeah, I got to know her a little better.
Exactly. When I looked up, like get to know you sheets, like, and at first it was like all these little kitty things. Cause I was like, I feel like a good icebreaker because you guys don't know each other, you don't know her and I wanted to also have like a recovery based sheet. So you guys could like hear what your goals are and like why you guys are here. So like to connect a little bit and not to be best friends, but just to have some kind of resolution that like,
You didn't hear? We're getting married.
He was there for this.
well, wow, now you're all crack jokes about it. But you were just so upset and like, you're like in the garage telling my boyfriend you hate me, and I'm like, oh man, you think he's not gonna tell me, but but it's okay. Like I understand that like at times like this job, I'm not mad at you. It's okay.
Now it's gonna be a whole thing to do that. Like, oh,
No, it's not. All I'm gonna say about it is that it's normal to feel that. Yeah. Like we through your
I don't think I said I need you. I think I said I just can't with you.
it's
I
okay.
know who's your brother.
It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter what it was said.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, because you give out like 10,000 words for that shit.
I'm not
Old
giving-
resentments.
No, I'm not doing that at all. I'm presenting it to you, like to your face. I'm not trying to catch any feelings. I'm just telling you it's okay. Like, you don't think people in this house have like said even worse, like I've been threatened to get punched in the face in a group, like it's okay. Like I've seen it all, and so it's, I just want to check in with you That's it. And I want to make sure, like, because at the end of the day, like, I was checking in with Mason. I'm like, how's she doing? I want to make sure she's okay, that she's calmed down, and that like you found resolution and like you took contrary action. And so I wanted to recognize that you did that, and I want to give you guys both like props for it's seems like there's progress. So,
Just like,
and we're able to have a conversation about it. So, you know. All right, are we good? Yeah, we're good. Oh, cool.
Maddie had those exact pants.
Found it in the dumpster.
Oh.
Let me see. Cole. Hey, bud.
Bring it on down, dog.
What's up?
Why don't we get feedback from our senior members on how like Cole's doing? And like what you guys feel like he can, like what kind of support can you guys offer him and stuff?
I mean, I've noticed like you said a lot in the last few weeks that you want to get drunk and then you want to go back out. And I mean, we've said it since the beginning that like you click up with somebody and you bounce, it's your MO. And like I feel like I set like a boundary with you in the beginning, you've respected that. But I just like I feel like there was that guy at IOP that was pressing you to come to his house. And of course, like it was a crazy day, and you were gonna get into it, and I just feel like we could do a lot more fun stuff. Like, if you want to go to the movies tomorrow night, like do something cool this weekend, just make it like more fun for you. Like I'm down to do fun shit, but yeah, you can always come talk to me about anything like that if you ever want to leave. And I appreciate you doing that. Like you did come to me and say, I think this is my last day. And sometimes people just bounce. Yeah. So that's like really props for that, man. But yeah, man, just keep talking about it, dude. Like if you want to get drunk, talk about it. Don't just disappear one day and be found back in my bottle of the party. Not it.
Oh, cool. I think like I'm really glad that you stayed, that you're still here. I'm sorry if I've ever been a little standoffish to you or said no to some things that maybe hurt your feelings. I think you're going through like a growing stage where for like enjoyment out of like a day-to-day routine. But I think I'm starting to learn that this house always has a little bit of discomfort in it. And that's just gonna prepare us for like real life. For like so like you can like it's really cool that you're staying. I think just keep staying. Don't give in to the thoughts and developments or like those negative thoughts. Try to keep yourself busy. And the house has a lot of opportunities for that, like the chores, check-ins, walking around. But sitting and dwelling in those like relapse thoughts isn't gonna lead you anywhere, and it's gonna evoke a lot of emotions that like won't be able to get out. I think you're doing really great so far, and I see like you're changing a lot. Still seem young, so I mean it's good that you're doing this now. And I don't know, like when I was younger, I was like tempted to just like experience everything before going into recovery. I hope that's not the same for you. I hope you like know that it's like not greener on the other side. Like this is the right, this is the greener grass. And like it's like a muscle kind of the sobriety where each day it'll be easier to enjoy the simple things. It'll be easier to get out of self as long as you're like working the steps and praying to your higher power. Try new things, going to church. I don't know. Church is always kind of like really magic potion thing. But I'm glad you're here. You could have been doing a lot of work. That could have left. I'm pretty soon you'll be with people look up to. Or if you're not already, like I really look up to you. So I don't stick
Doing really well. every time that like we want to drink, like, and say to ourselves, like, there's nothing that's gonna stop me from drinking, and then waking up the next day sober, like, that is a miracle. And, it's a miracle you didn't leave. And, I don't know where you're at with like your higher power, but I want to see you lean into that, like. And how's your 4-step been going? Like, what's your experience so far?
Finish the third column today. Just gotta meet with Chris to do the fourth.
How is it feeling? Like, what are the feelings that are coming up? for you?
It's a lot of negatives,
Yeah,
but shit that I just don't want to think about.
right. So you're sitting through it, and that's half the battle. I'm proud of you. What's your yeah,
Marina Center.
yeah, when the house, like the structure and all of this like gets monotonous, like finding a meeting that you love can make such a big difference, and just like connecting with people outside of the house has helped me tremendously. And like AA, it's really awesome. Like you can meet people that are your age, like getting sober, and it helps a lot too. So I should encourage you to like reach out more at meetings, things like that. But it's truly, anytime any of us wants to use or drink and we don't, like that's a miracle. And like it's the promise that's coming true. So
Yeah, and the direct counter to anxiety and overthinking is gratitude. And always being grateful that you're sober today, being grateful that you're here in this community, being grateful that you have support. We lose that gratitude very fast. You know, like we come in so happy to be in this nice, like cool house with all these cool people, and then you get like a 300-word essay and we're like, what the hell am I doing here? You know, like because we're just entitled and we're I don't know, we're all types of defects, you know, but it's that gratitude is it's gonna be your golden ticket, man, forward. Just stay. That's another thing that's really just been bringing the anxiety. It's like it's not like this is gonna be the first time a lawyer's in the courtroom. It's like, well, here's proof he's here and here. You know, they've seen it 24 times. Like he's been here, he didn't report for 2 years. So I mean, the chances of nothing just happening is slim. Dude, I'm the same. I was court ordered to be here. They wanted to send me 38 days in jail, and I was in court all day. And honestly, it was the best thing ever because I was already committed. But anytime I had a thought, that thought doesn't even matter because I already know I'm gonna have to do this year to get the court off my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't even entertain those ideas. You're doing this so that you don't ever have to worry about court shit again. And then you'll be you're sober.
And it's that little bit of kind of changing a decision made, just like, I'm sticking through this no matter fucking what, or I got to stay here for court, or I committed to a year, whatever the thought is.
You did commit.
Stick to that. Stick
Oh,
to
he
that
committed?
because
He committed to graduate too,
When?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, we gotta
That
hold
was
you.
also a day whenever like it was like chastity and people were just saying like, I'm for the kids so that they get the applause.
he actually said he doesn't commit on that. I could leave, or you need to focus on doing differently, is focusing on doing something differently. Because one of the first things that happened when you had Dylan assigned to his little brother, you came to me and you're like, dude, is there anything we can do, anything we can work out? I just got off little brother, or just got Tom off little brother, and now I have all these other things. And my first thought was, what the fuck else do you have going on besides IOP? Like, for real. It's like all these things. It's like,
And then God didn't do anything.
and see all it requires instead of fuck, how can I make the best of the situation for this newcomer who has nothing to do but look up to me and ask for my help and advice? You know, be of service a little bit, get out of yourself a little bit, try to get another thought in your head other than fuck, I feel like using right now. Because the more you be of service and the more you do your step work and the more you talk to other people around you, the less you'll think about the shit that's going on upstairs, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Zach brought that up. I was talking to Tom about it this morning. I was like, I just want a day, like, out. Like, I did 30 days of treatment before I came here. And now I've been in here 35 days tomorrow. It's just like, I wanna like, not like leave, but like with people in the house, I go bowling or go to the movies, just something. Just like a break, a mini break from recovery.
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
I wanna go bowling.
You want to go bowling?
I love bowling.
Does anyone want to go bowling? Okay, great. Why don't you guys go bowling either Saturday night or Sunday during the day? You know, and it, like you could be that agent of change that encourages people to like get out of the house and do something.
Yeah.
And that's like where I expect like the drivers to like also step up and like be a to it. We want a day to do nothing. And like, you know, I think that it's actually, so speak up, talk to like Zach and Milo, Trevor. These are like great guys, and Josh in the house. These 4 guys, I'm just using them because they're the nearest ones near me. They'll help you plan it and get it done. You know, you just got to like voice it. And also, you know, you like you came here because you know you need the structure, right? Like we all of us need it. I need it, you know, even in my life today, right? But I just think that, and like myself and like everyone here, like we get in our own way of like finding peace in the like connecting spiritually. I don't know what your higher power is. Do you mind?
Yeah.
God, perfect. So like well, I didn't mean it like that for people who don't believe in God or Jesus, but I'm just saying, I said perfect because I relate, because that's my higher power, and like pressing into like the Bible.
I got one.
I know, I'm sure you do, but are you reading it like at least once a day? Like get in the word a little bit.
Like in rehab, I mean, I read it every morning, like, and I can't remember who I was talking. And I was on the phone with my mom, and she was like, "Yeah, if you wouldn't have completed that program, you would have got off probation. I was supposed to get off probation this month, complete, bring a certificate back. I'll let you off in September." I was literally just going to leave the courthouse and then just going to get fucked up.
Like, here's the beautiful, like, I feel like you said that, like what your mom said, and it makes you feel like ashamed.
Yeah.
You know, I could hear it in your voice, the way you say it. And I totally relate, because like by the time I made it to Graceland, my mom, like, my whole family thought this place was a scam, right? No one like believed that this place was gonna like, they're like TikTok, like Graceland didn't even have a website. They're like, you're getting screwed over. And also like the shame shit. Our families like our families sometimes don't know how to communicate with us.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like they don't, but like I'll pray for you. I'll pray that like you learn to forgive yourself, because like, dude, if it wasn't for all those times I relapsed and like all that shit, dude, it all clicked for me when I like got like 6 months sober here and like things started lining up in my life. I was like, bro, like I had to go through all that. I had to go through all those trials and tribulations, and I had to make all those mistakes for God to like place me. For my story is that here, it was like, this was where like, I don't know. I get goosebumps talking about it, but like I got here and I brought you guys here for a reason, for a lesson. I don't care if you graduate or not. Like you came here to like for a seed, some type of seed, super incredible. It like people will come back. 5, 4, but and I'm saying that's incredible, because you guys knew where to go. Like when you guys were ready. I know that Abby was out for a while, Dara, all you guys were out for a while, but when you guys were finally ready, they knew to come here. Like this was the call they made. And I don't know where I was going with that, but I just think miracles, but like we're all here for a divine purpose, God. And so it's more than just like acceptance, and like surrender doesn't mean like that you're weak.
Yeah.
You know, even like surrendering to this daily shit. It's like, it's actually like so powerful to like, it's the hardest thing to like, just let go and trust the process. That actually is like more powerful than like holding on and like stressing out and being in fear, you know?
Yeah.
And go ahead.
It's just like another thing when I was talking to Zach about it, when I talked to Anthony about it, I was like, everybody I came in with, I hate to say it, but fucking sucked. And then now they're all gone. And then like last night,
We all suck. when we
yeah,
die.
and then like
Yeah.
and then like when you came in last night, They told me, I was like, man, well, this dude's cool, just one time, please, just one cool person. And he's ended up being cool as fuck. And it's just like, I
Just one cool
I had nobody to go through the house with. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing, like the high level is like, if you're unhappy here and we get newcomers, that's the first thing they notice. There's a bunch of unhappy, ungrateful alcoholics in a house. They're like, fuck this, I'm out. And it's not everyone's gonna stay, even if we're at that high level. You know, some people just leave anyways. But
oh, keep going, Mason, sorry.
that's for everybody, you know, like you'd be surprised, like your negative comments affect other people in this house. You know, especially as you get more time, regardless if you want to be a leader or not. Your behavior is, you know, I look up to people that have more recovery than me. You know, I see Kanan back there, I see Pat back there, like they have a lot of time, they're doing something right. And, you know, that's how people do it in this house when they have 10 days. They look at you who's got 35. And they're like, that guy is doing it. How did he do that? And then you're like, I got to drink a beer today. It's like,
But I do want to, oh, perfect. I was gonna ask like how you said like you feel like you're alone. I was gonna ask other people in this house if they felt like that and how it's been for you guys when you get like newcomers or people leave that you came into the house with. I want to,
Before I came here, like there's friends that like I went through my whole life with, that like you go through all these things with, that's how you earn each other's trust and you know some fucked up shit. And then you finally make all these like friends who are like authentic and then they leave.
Yeah.
And then it's like I gotta do it all over again. And it's hard, man. Like I get in my head and like there was a moment whenever a lot of new people would come in and I would like hide in the villa because I just didn't want to get close to them because I was afraid I was gonna be addicted. And it's just get out of yourself, man. Just go sit and talk to people and ask about them. Ask how their day is. Like, get out of your own fucking shit. And I've seen you do that for like a couple of days.
Are you, are you real quick though, are you still sort of hanging on to this idea and this reservation that you can go and see, that's what kills us. If we're not all in and we still are kind of like battling this option we have, like what's your out? What's the thing you think about every day that's sort of enticing you?
It's just like I told you the other day. It's just like my mom, my brother, my dad. Like
Okay, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back home or?
no.
Okay, so what is the out that you keep thinking of in your head that like is tempting you? Because if you're just here and there's no other options and you're just like fully committed and you don't even think about leaving because you're just like, you've already made the decision that you're powerless and you need to be here and it's going to be good for you, you know, and you're just, that's it. Once you do that, you can jump all, like who's done that? Like raise your hand if you've fully done that. I mean, I know you're doing that. Okay, that's kind of weird. So did you put your hand up and then just kind of put it back down?
I'm not committed to graduate, but I'm committed to being there.
Yeah, like he's in. So when we're talking to him, it's like, I don't know, like he's not like about to walk out the door. I know, look, obviously we all struggle with this, you know, it's normal, but I just sort of wanted to explore what you're.
I mean, I don't have it.
Okay, cool. So let's just be in, you know, all the way, which you're like, this is good. Like,
I think what he was also trying to hone in on is like, what does the tape look like for you? Like when you are thinking about drinking, is there a tape that you play of like, I'll go down the road, drink, maybe they'll let me back in.
right,
Or like,
right.
is there like, you know, because if there is that, like, I think that's what he's trying to explore. It's just your thought process when it comes to like thinking that like, oh, I want to drink. Is that all it is, or is there more?
I know there's some other shit. I've heard it time and time again. I have 2-3 days of having fun, and then it all goes downhill. And then it's back to smoking meth. It's back to being spun out. I'm calling the cops on myself. And I mean, I know where it goes.
But what did you think? Oh, for the imaginary people.
Yeah.
You called on them. And they came?
Yeah, we call them and say there's guys.
They came 13 times?
Yeah.
And then what happened on the 13th time? Were they like,
On the 12th time, they showed up and I was like, when's the last time you done drugs?
wow, it took them 12
A
times.
couple of days ago.
That's Alabama for you.
That's
That was good.
so crazy. Or even search.
Well, they went out, and then I called them, and this one like the shit got real. And I
They
was
call
like,
you called them again.
Yeah, and I was like,
This
there's
is
people outside.
insane.
One time Tuscaloosa, like I'm just trying to get to the bus station. You know, I was like, cool, but can I keep my beer? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, shoving beer in my bag and forgot to throw the dope out of my pocket.
You asked the cops for a ride
Yeah.
with dope on. The craziest stories I've ever heard.
Anxiety is like knowing that your court date hasn't happened, you know, so he hasn't had like an official, like, he has to stay here. He's in the limbo process of like, it looks better if he is here right now, awaiting rather than him being out there. So I think like that's where your anxiety's at, where it's like,
I mean, I know it's hard, but I know if I stick through it, like, you know, look at Megan, Jesse, John, like all of them that graduated, Mason and Ryan. And what they told, like, I mean, I see how it changed their life. I mean, I know it can do the same for me. Like, I've tried every other thing. I've tried Oxford houses. I've tried different.
do you think you deserve it? Yeah,
Any other residents that wanted to share?
Adina.
Oh, you had said you feel like you wanted somebody to go through the house with. I mean, I should have. The day after you, we went to the same school dogs, we got here a day apart. We were both in the military, the Kimber clicked up like right away. She, I think she lasted close to a month and then she left. And other than her, I mean, I go to IOP and Josh only goes twice a week, so I'm pretty much there by myself. And at the time I was like full days. So I was really by myself over there all the time. And then all the other people that were in IOP were in touch with everybody because their connection with each other. So I was just kind of like in this weird, still am, but in this weird like spot in the house by myself, kind of like you are now, because everybody that you came in with,
How long have you been here?
now 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah. But
Who's your road dog?
shoot. Like, well, I was getting to that.
Well, raise your hand if you're her road dog.
Instantly.
Yeah, it's hard for us to like,
That's fire.
I don't know.
But once it's gone, then I was like, well, fuck, I'm just gonna do my thing. And like my second month, I mean, Mason pointed out all along, like I was just zoned out, going through the motions. Like they'd be like, no, where you at? Like, come back to here right now. I just inadvertently started leaning into everybody in the house. And I guess you just saw like that.
Yeah.
Like
Just give it some
I'm
time.
cool with everybody. I mean, maybe I'm annoying sometimes, I'm sure, but like, you know, just lean into the house as a whole and you'll start to feel more connected because I struggle with that quite a bit. Don't like, you know, just don't worry about like who's your main or whatever, like just lean into the guys, lean into the girl, like just the whole house.
Yeah.
And staff included, you'll figure out which staff you can talk with on what subjects and other subjects, like, you know, Mason, Ryan and Madison, you can go to each and every one of them for different things. And one is gonna have better advice on something than the other and vice versa. Same thing with the people in the house.
But be careful not to staff split. Like, dude, the relationships that are built under like fire and like, that's how, I don't think I have think of all your friends that you're really close with. You've been through hard shit with them. That's what makes a good friendship. So this is why we're so tight.
And I think also, I don't know, this was my experience and I kind of like related to Adina where when we asked her who her main road dog is, she couldn't pick just like one person.
That's
right?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and because what I've noticed is when two people get too linked up, like way too close, they tend to shut out the rest of the house, right? Not that they're not cool with the rest of the house, like they'll be cordial and they'll hang out with other people, but like if Ryan's like the only person I go to with like how I'm venting, then eventually like he's always my go-to person. And when we create a house within a house, and I just know for me, like I didn't have like that one specific person. I had like several. And I think that is like a healthy way to go through this house. I mean, or it's one way. And it's like a way that I could just tell you for my experience, it made it really good. And like made it easier than just having that one person, you know? And I want you to know that like you do deserve this. And like through this process of like what you're doing for your clinical side of your treatment and what you're doing here and with your 12 steps, like I pray that like God helps you to like forgive yourself. And this is for everyone. Forgive yourself and like know that you're here because you do deserve it. And like everyone has a purpose. Or if you guys didn't, if there wasn't something for you, you guys wouldn't be sober or like here in a place where you could rebuild your life. And I'm not just saying that for Graceland, that's for anyone in like any like position of getting sober. I don't want to just like say it's only Graceland, like anyone trying to better their lives.
Mm.
And yeah, I do want to get some feedback on the senior members brought up some concerns about like phones.
Yeah, man, you are always asking to see and then you like want to show people the videos. And I just think it's it's best to just stay out of that shit.
Well, I've also haven't had a phone in 60 something.
I know, and I get that.
Yeah.
Like I also like it's just like, bro, take advantage of the fucking time you have without it.
Yeah.
Because it fucking robs you of just having natural relationships with people. It really does.
Yeah, and I mean, we had to put Johnny Crump on this program of like, don't be asking to like look at the social media. I mean, his was like extreme. But I think for you right now, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, what would you guys suggest for Cole? This is like what would you suggest?
Oh, we actually had a hand up, Daryl.
Yeah, well,
And then is it?
And then-
get to know you, and from my experience, having one foot in, one foot out, didn't really work out for me, and I would absolutely hate to see you like leave, because you've done so much, that you've got more days sober than you've ever had since you've been going through rehab, like you said before, and yeah, I just think you're a great guy, and for me, I relate to some of the behaviors in terms of like playing a lot of video games and being isolated from everybody. And just like get into my own little world type of thing. And I can understand that I would be like 8 hours in the day and you want someone else time, which I think you should to a certain degree. But with how you expressed your like leaving and like wanting to your cravings and all that, I think it'd be better. I would suggest like more around, like people are just talking more about how you feel. It's because we're not like we're good friends, but it's also a place where you want to work on yourself. It's not like we're gonna make fun of you for how you're feeling. We're all struggling with our own little stuff, one way or the other. And yeah, I would also suggest, like, other than video games, just play video games for a little bit, like, try to find another hobby you like, whether it's like lifting, like, I could use a workout buddy or whatnot, just throwing that out there, but or just something like reading, or just, I don't know, something you're interested in, like
Set up the ping pong table.
You play ping pong?
basically.
Well, start.
Pickleball. Just drew a pickleball thing in the garage.
Well, kind of like I said in group the other day, you know, you be here, you gotta be all in, you gotta be fucking, whatever they tell me to do, I've gotta do it, whether it's words, chores, go to IOP. For me, it was like, it sure the fuck beats waking up with the shakes, with the fucking cops worrying about where I parked my car, all the bullshit and anxiety that I put myself through. Just to come here and just say, fuck it, is so much, for me, it's so much easier to get through this program. Do I wanna fucking come home and enjoy? No, but I gotta do that when I go home. Do I wanna, it's all that bullshit that we do here, that's gonna retrain me to fucking go back and live life. When really, in the big scheme of things, fuck, we got food, we're living in a nice house, we got a pool, we got all this shit, this resources around here.
I think we should bring him to that other house that we went and spoke at the other day, just for a meeting next.
Just a visit.
Just to see what's
Just to
out
say
there
hi.
with the court ordered houses, bro.
Kanan, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's been nice to see your process actually. Because when you're struggling, you'll come in, you'll be honest about it, and it's not from like, it doesn't seem to be from a complaining perspective, but you're actually looking for solution. When you wanna drink, when you're not feeling it, when you're feeling like bouncing, when the comfortable, easy, sober livings look appealing to you, and so you're actually looking for solution, and I think that's cool, but I think you just need to, start initiating more action. Like what you've heard is true, like definitely be patient, definitely find gratitude, definitely be selfless, and I would just suggest for you, I think that, something that definitely worked for me is just being the initiator of the action. Cause I can't just convince myself to have more gratitude, or convince myself to be patient, or convince myself, it requires action. But I think that's a good thing when your mindset is somewhat attached to the action that you're taking. So you have control over it. It's like, okay, I'm in self right now. I'm not feeling it. I feel like doing nothing, but being the person that steps up and takes that contrary action and steering your experience and seeing how you can contribute to the people around you, which fortunately there's pretty much always opportunities for that. And then like Madison was saying, be someone who takes the lead on creating culture that's there's so many opportunities for fun things, I still want to go to Malibu Creek and see you jump off the cliff,
Yeah.
which I think you'd love. Which Madison said there's a risk factor involved, but
Not if you don't go with found.
yeah. But you'll be all right, and it's been cool to watch your progress.
I think another thing, like a big thing that was said to me, going back to where you were kind of feeling alone, is someone at Warner actually was really rare for someone to like encourage me to be here, but someone said like stay there and be the blessing. Cause like everyone was kind of on some like super ungrateful, down, negative shit, and I felt like the only one that was trying to be positive at one point, and they said just stay and like be the blessing, so you can. I promise you can do it, dude. That was actually, I missed what you said.
Cause my brother still drinks, my mom,
Right.
she struggled with opiate addiction, but she still drinks. And she's like 4 years clean off opiates, but it's just like, well, my dad was a hardcore alcoholic, he got pancreatitis, and now he's went back to drinking, and it's like, well, fuck.
Are they supportive of you being here?
Yeah, I called my mom the other day and told her.
Just called Danielle to like, hey, can you get out of here? He's like a pretty hardcore alcoholic, like, just really bad influence. So like, I feel that, and I promise if you can stick to it. Like I said before, like it feels better if you're making the choice to do it, and like take pride in the little shit. Like your chores, just doing your best ability. This is like advice that I gave to Milo. It's like, just like do your best with every fucking thing you can. I promise I'm having your phone to like get into some other shit that you wouldn't usually do because you're fucking doing scrolling. It's like, you can look at everything as like, oh, I can't do everything. It's the best shit because you can't do it, or as an opportunity to do something else. And that's how I got through it. So I promise you can do this shit. Just like commit, fucking do it, deserve it.
Milo's next.
Yeah, can I say something quick? Cool, early in recovery, like it's being uncomfortable is I think it's pretty normal. You're still pretty new in recovery, though. Having those thoughts and wanting to leave, and I had like reservations and like wanting to go leave and go get high and loaded. It's like, what did I do in that moment to like prevent that, right? I talked to people, I got out of myself, and like, I communicated with people like, I'm feeling this type of way, or like I called my sponsor, like, hey man, like I had those thoughts racing, like do a bunch of cool shit. That's cool, man. Like you can do that, right? Like I told you, I'll take you and go surf, dude. Like you'll do that shit. You know what I mean? But just buckle down and stay on the pole, dude, and keep riding. You know what I mean? Don't tap out.
And no way I'm gonna be here for a whole fucking year. That is so.
Focusing on at a time, and put your fucking energy into your 4-step. take that little chunk of time every single day so you can keep progressing forward. Everything else will fall in line.
I don't know if you procrastinate a little bit?
You know, I finished, my third call of the day. I just got to meet with Chris to see what he wants me to do for the fourth.
What about like that's dope that you're doing that with your separate. What about like your daily activities? Like, do you kind of wait until the last minute to get chores done?
You know, usually right after dinner, I go to chores, just get bumped up.
Cool. What I did, because I was in IOP for like 9 months out of this, I just have like that chunk of time at the end of the day, and it just feels so much less back to back to back to back. So if there's any opportunity to get something else,
Just like stay focused on yourself and your program and like Kanan said, applying action, right? And yeah, just keep it pushing, okay? This was just like, go ahead.
Sorry, on what the phone program is, yeah. So it's YouTube, to go on social media, anything like that. So if you hear someone watching a video in the other room, across the room, next to you, whatever, you're not asking them to use their phone. You're not asking to get involved. The point and the purpose is to focus on your task at hand. That includes at IOP as well. So if somebody's on their phone at IOP or someone's watching something, look away, step away, do whatever. It's a broken program to ask them to use their phone, step over and look over their shoulder, ask to use your phone for anything other than a specific purpose, like transfer, get a number, stuff like that. So you still can use your phone for specific purposes with permission granted at dinner. Does that make sense? The whole purpose is not ask other people.
What's up?
What if we're in the car and I like let him choose the songs?
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's mainly just specifically for like social media, you know? And like, if he needs to make calls, he's got the house phone to do all that.
To use their phones for personal things, not to make phone calls, not to send a text to somebody, not at IOP to call somebody. There's a phone at IOP for that purpose. Abby, please help monitor to make sure that that happens. Okay. So if you need to call or contact someone, there's a house phone and there's staff. You're not using other residents' phones for your own personal communications. That goes to everybody.
Cool, it's Milo and then Josh.
I feel like that was kind of a good end.
Sick.
Yeah, so I love you though, and I'm here for you.
what I was gonna say is like, what you get, what others don't, you have to do what others can't. Something like that. So like for the phone thing is like all these things that seem unfair. Other people, like other houses, wouldn't do that for you. It's something that, and then rewrite your like projections of like other people, like for instance your parents or the people at the bar, not like they have something that you want, like that maybe you're not seeing the whole picture.
Cool.
Any questions on that?
He needs like a program because he like does it a lot.
Or
Build,
Yeah.
Let's again repeat it one more time for specific, because that's a good question. For his program specifically, it's for social media. For Josh,
Okay.
if Adina wants to look at your phone to see a TikTok or something, that's fine. She can watch like a Graceland TikTok or some shit. But his program is
It's
not
just,
for other
it's
people.
it's come out with like several incidences.
Yeah.
It seemed like you guys at the senior member group brought it up. So just some redirection. We appreciate you.
Okay,
Thanks, Cole.
What's up, Jose? Come on up.
I'm sure Amanda has
Nothing?
trying to accomplish, right? Amanda, you were writing your accomplish, right?
I'm done.
Okay, cool.
All right, we break at 10. Cigarette break at 10.
Well, hold on.
I'm just saying, like,
Around 10, yeah. Yeah, that's the goal.
but who's the scribe? I feel like the scribe should like,
Let us know when it's
yeah,
done.
just like let us know. Hey guys. 10. And then that way we're not like just running it till 11:30. Just like,
2 to 10 and 5.
Yeah.
yeah, because I feel like sometimes we lose track and we don't even break till 10:30 or whatever.
But if there's a good flow, and we'll keep the good
For
flow.
sure,
That's
for sure,
where,
for
but
sure.
remind us that it's
How
10.
do we tell if it's good flow? Can I just
Just-
be like,
No, you're just
I'm
gonna,
interrupting this flow?
yeah, you're just gonna raise your hand and let us know.
Or
That's
tap
it.
Mason.
Whoever the scribe is like on like the schedule stuff too.
Okay. Hey, bud. It's okay.
I know. I'm not really like worried.
Okay.
Mitch can't. Oh, Mitch can't.
Well-
see your face.
Well, tell the house like how you like what you told me on the table.
I was scared to say certain things because I didn't want to like put anything in anyone's mind. So I didn't want to be that person to like, like say the wrong thing to anybody. I say it out loud and have you guys like think that this.
Say the shit you were saying because you don't want people to think you believe that.
No, I didn't want them to get like how can I say this? Like an idea of the house, like of what the house is.
By what? Based on what?
What I'm about to say.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
Right,
so
right,
we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Okay, I just said that because
All right,
that's what I was ready.
we're ready for it.
So,
Okay.
so Jose was here with the first fucking class. Caleb, and Woody, and so he came back and he graduated. He's on the board as a graduate. Did you see our graduate board?
Yeah, that's dope.
So
Actually, and graduated. Okay, a week.
That's Jose, by the
Something
way.
happened.
This is a resented Woody when I left. It's depressed and sad. I stalked Woody for like a week after he left the house because I resented him. I was at the Sober Living that he was like outside of Sober Living.
Which one?
We were down the beach one.
Whoa. So he was at that Sober Living.
No, I was just outside waiting.
No, but he was like in the Sober Living. Like he was living there.
Yes.
And you were just waiting outside for him? And what happened?
I just decided to like let my anger go.
But you did that for like a week?
About
Yeah.
I wish I didn't do that because like I'm an adult and I take responsibilities. But when you trust someone like that, and how can I say this? I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's part of my life. I just don't respect him anymore.
But he still loves you.
Yeah.
So listen, here's the thing. This is what you on a pedestal. Inevitably, we're going to do that with our sponsor, people that have more time than us. You know what I mean? And then they fuck up. And we go, oh shit, they're like fucked up too. But like, it's hard to see them as equals because we've been putting them up here. So I still don't know why we do this, but it hurts so much more when those people hurt us because it's like our parent. They're almost like a parent figure, So it's a betrayal that somehow is more. It hurts us more than like if it was just someone in the house.
Well, I think for me it was like kind of weird because like even when I was in the house, like I was his friend, and then like it would throw me off when he would hit me with like out of nowhere, like some big things, and I'm just like whatever, And I can't say anything because when I talk to him, he's like, just take it.
Well,
so it's just I understand how I was back then, a little different now, but I sat down with someone and like did like step work. I did it for actually I did
Who?
With some guy named Adrian. Okay.
Cool.
That's what made me start going back to that Sober Living to wait. I was dry for sure. I was being a sloth at home. Like I would do the basic shit, like do my bed, stay clean, but I'd be laying down all day like the last 2 weeks, and like I'd rather be here than just. I said, yeah, like why wouldn't? Like I had told them I was struggling, so just like like I'm just gonna go.
Everyone here, plus the extended graduates and just our whole network, is available to you. We just got a van for found. We're making moves, all of us, and we're trying to help. There's 3 people that are about to graduate. Dude, fucking unfortunate you had to go through that. I just want to say I'm sorry that happened to you because like I hired somebody and they fell short and I didn't really know what was going on. And you got caught up in some high level shit that someone that has a year sober shouldn't really have to a contract with like the fucking manager of the Sober Living that he lives with in the graduate house. So like you have a lot of unique experience and a perspective on like some really cool high level shit. That's it. Like and how you should never put anyone on to like
I think I was
survive out there.
I think I was like really like upset with him because like I was doing pretty good, bro. Like I have a sober companion and doing a bunch of shit. Buying a house in Santa Monica.
And then okay, but how is this his fault?
I know. That's why I wrote that at the end. I said,
Right.
I blamed everyone else for it but myself.
Right.
That's, I really wrote
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And if you don't put him on a pedestal, he's just another alcoholic, and you're like, dog, I got my shit going on, and like, you need to check yourself. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna mention this to our community.
It
Because-
wasn't that easy though to tell like you guys that was happening.
Of course not.
So it was like,
It's not easy. It's the
Yeah.
hardest cop I think anyone's ever had to cop to.
And
That whole
actually,
situation.
no one that was involved actually copped to it to us. It had to come through a third party through Jesse, where Dakota told Jesse.
This guy.
You know?
Oh.
blue.
No, it was Jesse.
Where's fucking Wyatt at though? Cause like there's like Wyatt, Jesse, John, Ashley, you now, like you all went through this really crazy thing where people were relapsing at the graduate house with the Woody, the staff member. And look at you guys. You're back, you're good, you got through it. Like this is like, I'm an alcoholic. Knows what's gonna happen. I was writing, oh, it'd be fine, it'd be good. You guys would just run the ship. You guys are, the house would be fine. Everything would, I'm saying cool that PK again. And I'm trying to think of who, Caleb, he's even like kind of around on the lives every now and then. And
Yeah, I think that was a toxic person. I'm not talking about Caleb.
yeah.
I did a lot come inside of my room and talk shit to me, get to my face. Pretty serious. Like I did not want to I have resentment towards him and I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
And I know I do, but I just can't get over it. Like fully in it.
Well, we will. We all will. Because how do you think I feel, bro?
I know. There's
It's
a lot of
all
shit.
good though. Like it's all love, bro. He's just trying to figure his shit out himself. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
No, I get that. I really do get that.
yeah.
Putting someone on a pedestal for sure. Like I feel like it wasn't I feel like I was more friends than putting him on a pedestal.
Well, yeah, I think-
Right.
and then also, so it was almost like having a trudging buddy, because like he was there when you first came through the house, like you guys went. Woody wasn't a resident, but like he was someone who was going through the house with us too and learning the get down.
The thing is like, ever since I got to the house the third time, he would come to me and you guys would argue, both of you guys. And it'd be any argument.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So when that happened,
Yeah.
I just felt like, fuck, like, dude, did I just do something I shouldn't? That first day I did it, I was just fucking paranoid.
What do you mean? So when we would argue, when he would get in an argument with us?
Jose,
yeah.
look, this is in the beginning, it's really hard, okay, because you have people, like me and Danielle and Madison and Mikey. We were opening this house and we're alcoholics and we difficult for Woody, and even Danielle's had her struggle. Woody crossed that with you, and that was unfair to you, and that's like sort of our part. If we had a part, Graceland, like just. I didn't know that my staff member was clear like doing that. I just didn't know. And if anything like that happens, you guys, you have to bring it up to us. That's also your part, is playing into it and not just getting open and honest about everything, which is what we do. And it's what we were encouraging you to do about everything. And I don't think that first time you graduated, there was still some stuff that was going on between you and Woody that
It was like
hadn't been brought to light. It hadn't been brought to light. And when we talked about your graduation, Woody didn't. Remember when he flipped out at dinner?
On me too.
No, on me.
Oh,
I was just talking to him about how maybe we shouldn't graduate. If that's the case.
He set it up to where
But it all makes sense now.
He told me to pull your graduation.
No.
No, that was
he
what
did.
happened.
Right,
And he
right.
told me that you told me to pull his graduation. And I tried calling you, you didn't answer. And Woody's like, you got to pull his, whatever.
The details aren't important.
I know.
This is what's important.
That
This is
was
what's important.
nutty.
This is what's important is that Woody, what was really close to you, and he had his own resentment with you that got in the way of his ability to help you and help us help you and be honest about what's going on, because he was guilty of something, so he hid it. And that's how all this happened. But what we're doing here in this house, as far as with exposing and telling the truth, and if you had just done what we wanted, what we're trying to do, we could have we could have everyone had secrets and contracts.
Learning from that situation, you know, like.
But it
everyone-
makes sense now that it makes sense that Woody was so weird about your graduation and not
It
wanting to
wasn't
like,
just that time, bro. It was like throughout the house.
right.
Like there's times where I would just shut the fuck up because if I didn't, I would just see words on my essay. And then, bro, I sat down on that table and wrote a gang of words. Probably the same as John.
Go
But so
crazy.
when I like, I don't know, I don't know what to say, bro, because I don't blame him because I'm an adult, but it could have been a little different when it happened, you know? I should have just, when I like hesitated, I should have just like walked away. But I did.
Bro, you should have.
Wait,
This time around, you need to know to come to us, all of us.
Wait, but why didn't you? I'm curious.
I didn't go to him because I didn't go to you guys once because I felt like you guys, I don't know. I didn't trust him. I didn't trust you guys.
Because you thought we
I thought
weren't
you
gonna
guys
believe
were-
you, and
yeah.
then he was gonna manipulate us into turning on you,
100%.
which
That's
makes
what
perfect
everyone
sense.
felt.
Which makes perfect sense. And how hard I mean,
I
how hard would it? You would have needed other people to,
help me out.
and everyone, and that's when everyone starts raising their hand. We create an open format where it's like, listen, right now we're opening it up for like feedback on staff, and we're like, no one's gonna get a strike for bringing anything up. Let's just talk about it, and then we can get to the truth of what's going on with Woody.
I mean, I just want to say this. So
How else?
I own my part. I had to let that go.
Yeah, that's good.
If I didn't, I wouldn't even be here.
He's just sick. That's it. That's
But
it.
I don't blame him. I'm gonna.
And guess what? He's doing all the same shit you're doing with us.
Like,
I mean, he's resenting me. He's blaming me for his downfall.
Yeah.
That's just what we do, you know. But now, but he actually just texted me yesterday. I want to meet up and make amends to you. I'm like, all right, cool. I turned, but no, but you're gonna get yours, bro. You know that like you are here doing the best possible thing you can be doing. Don't carry any shame or guilt around with. Let's just have a clean slate, bro.
That's why I did that. Honestly.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm so fucking glad you're back. Like, isn't it incredible?
There's 4 of us back here.
It's such a great feeling, you know? And all I've ever really wanted was a strong community. That's everything else will come if we have that.
Keep it rolling.
All right, so who was it? I told you guys about fighting with Jordan every morning. Get to my face. I took Ozempic when my doctor said not to. It was bad for my body, and then so I sat down at first and blamed everyone else for it. For myself.
That wasn't even that bad. Like I'm in terms of like you being all worried on the table, like what people were gonna think.
I just didn't know what people were gonna think about that. It's really like embarrassing to come back after you graduate. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't know what people were gonna think of me. I didn't know like, oh, they're not gonna take me serious. You know, I just felt that that's just a human nature thing that I have. I just started rolling down like, in my head, you know. But I mean, it is what it is.
Honestly, it's
It was like not. He's.
Oh, you just
Mitch?
check.
Whenever we get graduates on, I want to make sure they can like. I want them to like say something to the house, and I want the house to meet the graduate.
yeah, it'd be nice if they turn on their camera.
I know, but it's cool. It's just but I think by him being there, we should just be like, yo, Mitch, what up? Good to see you. Can you turn on your camera and give us an update?
Yeah.
Always, you know, like who's that? What?
It's what?
And about having Jose back. Remember yesterday?
Yeah.
Like what?
He's gonna uphold the structure, he's gonna call people clubs, he's gonna enforce what this house used to be and should be.
Yeah. So Jose used to go so hard, we had to like put him on programs to not go hard. So I'm stoked because related to how much you guys get out of the house. If we have a loose structure and it's like you get, honestly, that's what it is. And the better the community is going to get it.
And I want to say something on that too. Sorry.
No, please.
I've noticed a pattern for people who've come back in the house recently, starting kind of with Abby
Right.
and then a little bit with Dara. And now I have a feeling it might happen again with Jose. They come in holding the line, ready to roll, just like, yo, balls to the walls. This is how it's supposed to be. This doesn't look right. why doesn't this look? They just don't know what you're talking about. No. They do know what they're talking about. Downplay someone else holding the line just because they have a few days or they were in the house before or it's a different house. So the fuck what? If they're holding the line, hold the line and do the shit before. So they don't know the old and tell you what's up. Because you know what's up.
And since we opened the house was ever meant to change. Modifications
There's
like
more
subscribe. Yeah, so it's like
There's also like waves too. There's like a good community, and then there's a community that enables each other. They all come in a wave,
yeah,
and then there's the street
Yeah.
coming to a place for you. So like,
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne, an authority figure that your friend is, fucking up and about to die. You don't do that. And we
dealt with like the purging stuff, the eating disorder stuff, and like what they all had in common was just like it was a way of them to get control amidst the chaos of their life and mind. And like coming back and having that sense of control, just focus on like where you're seeking that. And if you're just holding other people accountable, like you said, like having humility, that's dope. Like do that all day. But just like try to not like use it as a way to like dive into that demon, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And yeah, oh, go ahead, Jose.
I just I guess all I really want to say is that this time around is like I'm not gonna say it as like this whole time, but all I can really say is I'm sorry. I should have said something.
Yeah, I'm
It's
glad
okay.
you're here, bro. And next time, just say something to us.
Even, and I said, should tell a senior member.
Like, could like if I'm fucking up, like there's so many other people involved that like, and they have the culture is like, they already can talk shit to me. And they do as a joke sometimes. But like, if they wanted to pull me up on some real shit, they could. Like, I don't want any one person to have like a dictatorship because that I've seen that go bad in other sober livings, So we're just you guys have to be able to. We're alcoholics. The one thing that not here though, I don't other out. They had a guy in charge. It's hard to do this though. It's hard because whatever. There's just I'm not gonna get into all the financial and the business side of it, but like if you really believe in the AA, the way AA sort of came about and how it became what it is, and you're modeling your house after that, then there should be no leaders.
Yeah.
Just trusted servants. But it's hard because they're the house and the rules of the house, that's the governing thing. All we're doing is pointing at the rule and saying, literally, dude, like that's the way it's supposed to run. You know what I mean? That way there's no like weird, and we're just trying to relate to you when it comes to the feelings and stuff,
Also, don't bring it up, like, don't bring it up. Don't like sit in the hot tub and have a start a fucking revolution because you think Madison's getting high because that doesn't go.
No, so yeah, we drug tested Madison because him and Trevor or whoever else it wasn't Graham.
There's like a whole group of us,
Which actually is kind of cool. Like I think that's like dope that we were able to exercise that, and show them that she was willing to.
But it was explain.
I was just gonna the way we were doing it, it was like we were using us thinking Madison was getting high as like an excuse for us to either leave or just completely fuck off. And like we weren't bringing it up at all. We were just like fuck everything that's taught.
Right.
And so they were like gossiping, holding on to it for like a week, like conspiring.
And we just went through it with Johnny too, man. Like he was struggling in the house and like he was a friend to a lot of us here. And it was hard to say something and like try to be like, get him out of here and do something about it. And like he was talking shit to me and I didn't want to go run to them at the time. Of course, like I said it after it happened, after he left.
Yeah.
And like I regret that to this day. And even though like they knew and they were doing everything they could for him, but he still went out. And it's like don't like put it on yourself that like you knew and didn't do anything. Like don't blame yourself for shit. Because people are gonna go out if they're gonna go out and not do it.
Oh, you're good. Clean slated.
Dara had his hand up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I'm sorry that you had to go through it. I remember being here when all that went down. Like, for me, like, I was very close with Woody. So he was my guy too. And it was sad to see how it like, played out. And like, I remember hearing about it, I was really mad at like Howard and Sarah and Jesse a little bit, just because I was like, these people just got my fucking blood fired. And I was there on the day he got fired because he beat the Red Sox Angels game in Anaheim. And for me, I just been like looking back, I was like, oh, you fucking snitched on him, like all this stuff. And like it made me feel some type of way, and then just like especially like you, John, and stuff, you guys are like techno and all that stuff, and that one thing could lead to another, and like you're lucky that didn't lead to that path when you started sticking something in your arm and died. And it took a while for me to like, get to know that, and just
Thank you, Dara. So yeah, I think like obviously welcome to the house. Good job on like cleaning your slate. And I expect you I expect you to hold the line and do your best. But also I expect you to have your shortcomings, and that's okay too. So like I don't want you to feel pressure, but I'm excited to have you back. Because I know you know the structure well, and you can really be like
You're out there?
I actually like didn't steal this time. I stopped tagging.
Really?
I stopped doing a lot of stuff, dude.
You didn't do anything illegal.
Like I tagged when I left the house for sure.
Right. Why is
Besides
that
that,
on? Isn't that supposed to be
Well,
on there?
I think this one was more like for myself and what I needed to get out the truth, you know. And I could say what I
Yeah.
I can do that.
You've been
I can
gone
do
for,
that.
but wait, you've been gone for like a year or two.
2022 is when I graduated.
So you've been gone for
2 years. About
almost
2
2
years.
years. Yeah. He's not going to write every fucking thing you get out. It would be important that you want to try to make that right.
I think my worst thing was stalking Woody.
Okay, cool.
That was like, I didn't want to say that, but you know, I just had to say it.
All right, cool.
Welcome to the house. So let's do Amanda's cop list.
Bring it on down.
After Abby. Sorry, Tom.
Bathroom?
I beat you by that much.
We got a line for the bathroom.
Abby then Tom did.
Someone can go upstairs. Yeah.
Tom, go upstairs. And then G-Man go after Abby. Ooh,
Okay, so I made a rule the last time I was here about no open containers in the group room. Did I not?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so who's upholding the rules that we're making? I'm saying who's supposed to be upholding the rules?
All of us. G-Man.
Oh, okay, they're both from Jose.
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh, okay, what's that?
Problem.
Okay.
that's mine.
Okay.
But on the bright side, nobody.
So,
Dude, this is crazy.
but no, but that's the point is that like the newest guy in the house, even though
Hold
he's
on.
what?
What's that?
I think that's Tom.
I don't care whose it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, there's a lid on it. Oh, I thought that was an open container. What?
Like
What?
he set up a new rule.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm mad. I'm just saying let's make sure we have a system that works.
How are people gonna start being like aware of it if we don't like put it on the board, you know? And if
Okay.
it keeps happening in group, it'll turn into a house strike.
Alana about her wanting to hook up with Zach in the basement, contracted with Alana about staying in contact when I left and she was still in the house. Followed Zach, Josh, and Alana on Instagram while still in non-com. It was like my first 2 weeks out of the house. Talked to Alana on Insta while she was still in the house. Nothing suspicious, just like how she was doing. Still haven't told my parents about my breakup. My first meeting at home, I didn't go in. I sat in my car and told my parents I went in. So, waited almost 2 weeks to find a sponsor after I got home. I didn't tell anybody I was fired until a week after it happened. I don't make my bed every morning. Another reason I left was because of my boyfriend. I'm 3 weeks late. I haven't tested because I'm afraid of what the answer will be. Sometimes I leave late to found because I choose more sleep.
That was a good
Damn,
song.
I-
That was really good.
I love that. Wow. That was pretty good, yeah.
Well, I'm here to support you. You can call me anytime during, if you need support for the testing thing, you can come over to my house.
Thanks.
What
You're welcome.
testing thing?
Pregnant.
Oh, okay. And you broke up. Why didn't you tell your parents about your breakup?
Because if we get back together, I don't want to hate.
And why? What was the?
We're not gonna get back together.
But why? Was it like mutual or did?
It ended up coming out that he had a resentment against me for coming to Graceland, and not that it was Graceland, it was that I left him for 2 months.
Yeah, so it's better for you right now to like do you that right there.
Sad about it.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
a
like
weight off my
yeah,
shoulders.
you're like you're there a little bit, and you need to you're mature, more mature
And
already.
you found out today he's going to jail.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So you're great. You're
Yeah,
good.
no, yeah.
Honestly, I think you should tell your parents because like,
Oh, I know, yeah.
and also just like, I don't think it's a good idea right now.
Yeah, I know. I
You
don't
should-
have any intentions on getting back with him.
But if
It's
he
just-
comes like really, really, really sorry and ready, I feel like maybe it would be good for you to think about having like a boundary. Maybe.
Well, yeah, because this is someone that she's been with for 7 years and they have a history of being on and off
Right.
again.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
And
already
so-
saying. Like, you gotta like, should we decide if it's like?
Non-com.
Well, no, I'm just wondering.
He's in jail.
Do you
No, I
know-
think you can call her and she could put money on the books and you
I'm gonna
shouldn't.
do that.
Yeah,
Good.
but this is like this honestly is the biggest hurt. This is gonna be the biggest hurdle in your sobriety right now. So that's why it's important that you decide, like, what do you think? Do you wanna like work on yourself and just sort of like make sure that this is like more than just a couple week?
Yeah, right now he gives me the ick, like thinking about like I'm able to like now that I have their head, I'm able to see like I was very much just comfortable and like everything about it was just comfortable. Like I was close to his family, I like pretty much lived there. Like he didn't treat me good, he called me names, like he was bad. And I was just like, but
No,
I'm comfortable. I hope like this is fine, we're gonna get married, this is fine. Like I was just like, that's my drinking buddy. Like, and I had never like, cause I stopped drinking, came to Graceland, so it's not like I ever really had time with him sober for a long
Right.
time. And then that time when I was with him, like the times I saw him, I was like, this is like, and he was like still drinking around me. And at first I was like, that's fine, cause it doesn't trigger me. But then like I had to think like, but it's disrespectful. Like, I just got out of a sober living and like, you think it's okay for you to sit here and just like, we're watching TV. Like you
That's
have
crazy.
to be drinking right
That's
now,
crazy.
like to hang out with me. So that helps me a lot, like not miss him.
There was this saying I heard when I was going through the rooms that like when you get so like for people who were in relationships and their addiction or their drinking and then they get sober, like you change. You're not the same person that you were. Process, we change. So like they're not gonna know, they don't know this version of you.
Yeah.
You're different. Like not different, but you deserve and all that. But I do think that you should start making your bed.
Yeah, I mean, I do more times than not.
Okay.
It was funny because on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, for what day was, we were talking about making bed at Found, and that was the day I didn't make my bed. I was like, this is a sign. Like I need to just not make my bed. But I really do make my bed.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So-
That was the only day. One of the only days I did.
Yeah.
It's not every day.
I feel like your cop list was like really good and it just like showed your willingness to like want to change and like I think every time people get really honest on their cop list, it just is a testament to their willingness and their surrender to like just their sobriety and like wanting to better their lives. I did like Zach's number of 30.
How many days were
10K per day.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm not gonna say anything. Whatever you guys decide, I'm so willing.
I'm so down.
Just like
Just
Neil's relapse came back when we got to 25. And I know don't compare, but like
Okay. 25. It's kind of in between. I heard 20 and 30.
If I do 25 and then 5,
It's like a way to,
yeah.
to leave.
Yeah.
I think.
But I want her to have check-ins, because one thing that when I found or something like that, so having building that community as well. We've got
It's 25.
Don't tell me that because, oh my
I
God.
came to a group and said that. Yeah.
I try sometimes and
Like you can do.
I do like drive back, so it'd be like one of the others, and then that would be like one
Do a full day, like after found
up C, did you?
out, be like, okay, I'm gonna
until paying a mall or
like now you can.
Also, I'll let you. No, shoot.
Adina and Abby, 25.
Let me know when you guys go.
Okay.
Oh, really? Where is Okay, give me a buzz. Yeah, I'm watching.
Oh, yeah, cause.
I do that on it.
Right down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, we're going. Okay, bye guys, thanks for.
You know, I. What are some other
You're
good
going?
fun facts?
Nice, nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Office.
My nickname is Professor.
Oh, really? Because of you so much.
Everyone loves the.
That's fun. Did you guys know it?
I was there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Just something like the first one.
So that's good.
I know it didn't really work out the first time. I was toddler here. I got surgery. I got education.
Oh, nice.
And what really changed me was I had some good stuff.
Okay.
I saw these like it's spiritual.
All right.
And like like his name, he was just crazy and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and you had your intentions.
Yeah, it's just I had got out later on, just like I probably had like 5 had it when I was sober. So
Oh, yeah. That's good. But how's it feel doing that?
it feels good. I mean, I still did a lot of big videos.
Yeah.
Because I had like,
What did you find?
I found it got
Yeah.
like you took urgent care, right? I told my story. I told my story.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, really?
Do you want, oh, you didn't know?
Don't.
Yeah.
I'm like.
You go there for a
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, fun fact.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm a fan of fun facts.
Nick.
Never knows this, huh?
Yeah, Nick's.
I know, I'm mad about that, cause I remember.
Don't be mad about that.
I mean, I was here, I obviously for that, but I just. I'm telling them right now. Maybe when you say that, yeah, 777.
Oh.
Yeah, cool.
I got it.
Nice to see you.
See, we have crossed it out. That's why I didn't.
Oh, you're mad, dude.
Great.
No, it's not great.
Where no, you not right.
Our not where we both wear.
Well, we don't get in there, disrespect, we don't.
If I eat snow. Okay, what?
I've done nothing wrong, bro.
I know you do, right? And you're smiling at me like it's a joke.
You don't like it?
Oh, no, we're trying to disrespect the other, bro.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, walk in.
He's got chips going to get him.
I know, it was weird though.
Weirdo.
Angels are good for dogs.
Everybody's sleeping on the bed. The breakfast chicken